Welcome, my smart lovers and friends. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to this community built just for you, focused on inspiring true love and authentic, healthy relationships, okay? All the ships, friendships, romantic relationships, partnerships, all of the above. So I'm super excited to have you here. What to expect, topics related to dating, relationships, marriage, growth, self-care, self-reflection, self-mastery. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. Make sure you share with a friend or two or three. Let's continue to grow together. Super excited today because I am at the Lucky Johnson Studios with the mega producer, director, writer, filmmaker. Like, you're like a movie mogul now. Do you feel that?
No.
Do you feel that?
No, I accept it, but man, that's an honor that you see that and whoever else sees that too.
Yes, Mr. Curshion Jones.
Yes. Thank you. And you said my name correctly.
I've been working on it. The first couple times I was like sounding it out. I was like, Kirsch. I got Curshion Jones.
Yeah.
I am super excited to have you on SMARTLOVE. So tell me a little bit about you, your work, what you're doing, your passions.
Yeah, so I'm Curshion Jones. I'm a director, producer, senior editor. I got into the industry as an actor first.
Oh,
I was
really?
full-time acting, went to school in New York. That's where I got my start. Did a lot of different musical theater. That was my background, musical theater.
So can you sing?
I can hold it to.
I thought you were about to sing.
I can hold it to.
Okay.
I can hold it to. But my whole thing was acting.
Okay.
When I was in acting school, I fell in love with behind the scenes camera. One of my mentor people followed me was Michael Boogie Pickney. It's called Boogie Vision.
Okay.
He's a director, and he was under Spike Lee for like a long time, and I knew about him.
Okay.
So when I was in New York, I asked him to mentor me.
Oh, cool.
And I bothered him for like a whole year before he actually got right back to me. I still got the 5-page email letters, not giving up, and he finally mentored me, and that's how I got my start in this industry. You talking about the business way, but one of my good friends, Mark John Jeffrey, is the actor too.
Okay.
I was his cameraman, and I was behind the scenes. I was on set, and that's how I met Boogie.
Oh, cool.
Following Mark John Jeffrey. So my whole thing's been creative arts, right?
Yeah.
Twist of mental health, which I know we probably get there too.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was mental health and the art. So, I grew up in California.
What part of California?
Sacramento, California.
I went to high school in Sacramento.
That's where I'm from.
What?
From Sacramento. I went to Grant High School.
You went to Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, snaps. Yeah. I went to Foothill.
Yeah.
And I ended up graduating from Sac High.
Okay.
In Oak Park.
Oak Park. I know that. So I'm from Sacramento.
Shut up.
All the time.
No wonder you're so cool.
Yeah. So I grew up in Sacramento. I was G Parkway.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I went from the south side to the north side. And then I moved out. It was very hard back then. And I moved from California to Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
I was 16 years old. Yeah.
Well, your parents moved?
Yeah, it was just I went to go live with my brother.
Okay.
My upbringing wasn't the most prettiest,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But my mom struggled with her own type of demons and all the certain things, and it just wasn't easy. I was bouncing around a lot, right?
Okay.
She did her best at what she could do, you know what I mean? And I was staying with my cousins that was raising me as well as my mom,
Okay.
So that's how I fell in love. I was a big football player. That's what I did. I was real big in football, real good in football. I played college in football. And but I fell in love with the arts. Arts was like what saved me. I can say that. I did sports because I was angry, wanted to fight all the time, didn't know how to express myself, and that's why I really did football the way I did. But then when football was taken away from me, I fell in love with acting. You know what I mean? So creative arts has been always like in my heart.
Wow. So you said football was taken away from you. Got hurt.
I got injured in college, man. I got temporarily paralyzed from my neck down.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was a neck injury. I went through a lot. We gonna get there. I went through a lot of health problems, but it was all God. But like I said, I fell in love with the arts because even in college when I was playing football, I was a psychology and theater major.
Okay.
So I always had it.
Yeah.
You could talk to So a little bit of my story. Moving to Colorado, you ever seen the movie Blindside?
Yes.
So when I say my parents is Caucasian. Like I have a biological mom that was black. She died.
Okay.
I have a dad. That
You were
was black
adopted.
too. Yeah, you could say it wasn't legal adopted, but they took me in. My mom was still involved in my life, but they took me in. My high school football coach. I got a very unique story.
Wow.
So when I say my mom and dad, the ones that's alive,
coming.
yeah, it is. It is. So they took me in and just showed me a different way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like didn't give me no excuse and stuff like that. But I was still involved with my mother before she passed. My brother, that's a part of my life. My biological brother, he's still a part of my life. He was a patriarch of our family. You know what I mean? So like, but I got a unique story. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. I want to watch that movie.
Yeah. Sacramento. You gonna
put Sacramento on the map.
Hey, but you know, Deion Taylor lived in Sacramento too.
Yeah.
Deion Taylor, that hidden Empire film. Even though he's from I think Indiana, Gary, Indiana, or something like that. But he repped Sacramento too.
Okay,
you know? That's one of my people, my far distant mentors that I was able to talk to and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
that's dope. That's dope. So when I met you, kind of when the movie Twisted Hearts was, you guys were. That's when it was just in the Look Theater.
Yeah.
I came to the premiere that you all did here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I watched the movie. It was just right in line with everything we just happened to be talking about on Smart Love.
Yeah.
Because we did this series called The War on Black Love. And one of the things that came out of that series of our discussions was that we need to really focus on mental health for Black men.
Yeah.
That like Black men don't really have an outlet.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of resources. There's not a lot of tradition handed down to Black men to make you feel like you can focus on your own health and, making sure that you are okay. It's like you just taught to be strong and, be there for your family.
Yeah.
And so that movie, like seeing, the character's vulnerability, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to talk to these guys. What do you feel was like the main message or the narrative that you wanted to portray in that movie for Black men in mental health?
Man, let me since we were on Smart Love and you said be open and transparent. Real quick before I answer that, we didn't know this movie was gonna take off like this.
Okay.
It was never intended to show the things of Black men and mental health.
Okay.
Listen, let me tell you. It was a film that we knew. Shout out to our writer, Taylor Love. She writes that movie.
That was
cool. She's a beast.
You are dope.
She's a beast.
I still want you to mentor me.
Yeah, so shout out to her. She's been like my mentee for a while. And we wanted a dope movie in one location, low budget, that was able to make high caliber and be a real feel good movie, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about relationships, right? It wasn't until the premiere when you guys and the celebrities start pinpointing the narratives that was inside the movie, right? So our thing was to put in sexuality, infidelity, interracial dating, right?
Yes.
We didn't really see it in the mental, even though that's like one of my backgrounds is mental health.
Right.
It wasn't even that. It was mostly about the interracial dating, infidelity, everything I just said this a minute ago. It was about that.
Okay.
It was when Rodney Perry brought up, man, the movie is amazing, etc. But what they talk about mental health and Black men, we rewatched the movie.
Wow.
And listen,
Rodney Perry
planted that seed, man. And I edited the movie too. You know what I mean? I produced it, I casted it, all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, there's some dope nuggets. Because don't forget, when you're a filmmaker, you're going fast, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you guys' reaction. That's what really matters. When you get to put it in front of people, you can say your movie's dope, all that stuff. The way you guys responded and the world responded and the trickle-down effect, we said, everybody needs to see this, right?
Yes.
So it wasn't until I heard that comment that we started to take a step back and really dissect the movie. And that's when we start putting the mental health spin and started to contact doctors, right? Mental health therapists. We wanted them to watch it to give us the actual educational and doctrine of what they were seeing in it, right?
Yes.
They got to break it down even more. that opened us up, the prison system, and all the stuff that the psychologists and stuff were telling us, right?
Yes.
So we really, when you guys, especially from you, I want to give you props up. The way that you broke down the movie, and you weren't even talking about the women, you were talking about the men, and made me go deep down. I'm like, whoa, the stuff that Jay was saying, Adrian Locken playing, we were saying, Cameron was saying, Leland Brown that was playing Derek and them, they were saying some deep stuff.
Right.
And it really skyrocketed from there. So it wasn't even, yes, the writer, she's dope as writing, but we had an over-arc story, right? Yeah. It wasn't until you guys really broke it down and we really got to dissect the movie and say, yo, there's more topics than we could. Yeah, right. Honestly. So from there, I took 1,000 vows from there because of the mental health. Since we're talking about mental health, after my mom passed away, I tried to commit suicide. Oh, wow. Went down to the darkest time in my life, and I never knew that. Everything that was growing up in California, everything I was suppressing came out because I felt like I didn't have an excuse no more. Yeah. So I started incorporating mental health. I'm mental health. I started incorporating that in every single thing I did, right? So it just came out of it, of everything I do. And I came out with a book, too, called Getting Through the Crisis from Pain to Purpose. Oh, wow. It's about mental health as well, right? So when the movie started to expand, we really took a step back and we started to make pitch decks. We started to go to seminars. We started to go on the tour, and we wanted to incorporate the mental health aspect. And the movie release, the big one released during mental health awareness, mental health month and day and all that stuff. So it started lining up.
Wow, that is God.
It's God. Like I said, it was God, but it was deep. Yeah. And we started to incorporate that now because, Twisted Hearts, as you know, the people that seeing this, it's a 4-part series. Okay. So you have Twisted Hearts. The next one is Twisted Marriage. Okay. And then Just Twisted, and then Twisted Love. And then we have a Twisted Hearts series, too, TV show.
Wow. Oh, that's going to be lit. Okay, so had all of those already been lined up to go, like, after the first one? Yep. Or, okay.
Yep. But now that the feedback, since we're, everything's changing when you're writing, right? Mm-hmm. So getting the feedback from everybody, we started incorporating these aspects in every film. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like, that is dope.
And it made things. So going through the Black male mental health, like, it skyrocketed when we were able to dissect it. And it was you guys interviewing us, talking to us, and we were like, hey, this is bigger than what we thought. Like, it's bigger than what we thought. I'm trying to tell you, it's like a catching up to the momentum, but this is what you prayed for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You wanted to have a good product to really speak and be a good one, not just a good feeling, but everybody said this when we were filming that it was going to be a classic.
Literally. So, literally. One of the things that I feel like is like really important to talk about that's going on in the film industry is like there's like a negative narrative when it comes to Black men, not just in the film industry, in the music industry, in news, social media. A friend of mine said that like when he lived outside the country, the only movies that they showed in other countries were like Training Day and you know what I'm saying, Boys in the Hood, where like had this negative image of Black men. And so, like, how do you feel that you can create, like, the real narrative of how strong and heroic and amazingly great Black men are?
Yes, it's twofold to that. So we kind of started that, like you said, with Twisted Hearts, right? Breaking down the characters of Jay. Jay talks about that when we're on tour, about how guys are sensitive. Right? And they got to see the sensitive sides of him taking care of his body, right? Right. That's shown apart because of how we were growing up, right? Mm-hmm. Be a man, don't cry, do this. So my mandate is to put those real roles in filmmaking, right? The father that takes care of stuff, right? The good husband, not the one that's always beating. You know what I mean? Right. It's something that has a crescendo of doing a positive life. It's not always a thug, right? Right. But you got to remember, like, the appetite of the United States of America, right?
Right, because you gotta produce what people want to see. And
we decided if we do something like that, we are gonna shed light on what Black men really go through, right? Okay. Because we are Black men that's writing this, and guess what? It is supportive about a Black woman, or Black women too, right? Because the way that you speak up about black men, despite what you're experiencing with black men, has always been positive. That gives us light to be able to go in and write these stories because we're so supposed to be supporting y'all just like you're supposed to be supporting us, right?
Yes.
And you showed that too. So like my mandate has always been to create real life stories when we're inside the writing room, right? Because it's every day. Your story, I can create that to a story, right?
Right.
Showing the perspective from a woman what she thinks a black man is too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we kind of use our film as a guinea pig because it was a black woman that wrote it.
Yes.
And she had to come consult us and talk to us, right? That's what she did. So like to answer your question, like I think it's easy for us. We're independent filmmakers, right? Even though we have stories that's gonna, cater to the appetite, we should be able to put these certain type of nuggets in these movies and still get a good narrative, right? Because we're not always thugs. We're not always woman beaters and all this crazy stuff that you see in drug dealers, right? Or strung out in coke or the slave and all that stuff, right? Like we are strong, we are courageous, we do hurt, we do cry. And that's what I start doing now is showing my vulnerability.
Yes.
And that's what we try to put inside the films too, because I was raised that way not to cry, but I said, man, it was killing me inside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I told myself 2025, I just want to be authentically me.
Yes.
Without being judged if I show a little soft side over here that I'm a punk. Or using word, are you soft? Or you're a sissy. Like, no, bro, I'm human. All my life
I had to fight.
Like all my life of being a black man is hard.
It's hard.
I was born into eons of people that set this up for us, and then that's what these people that judge us as black men go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But honestly, I'm a man of faith. If everyone knows me, I'm a man of faith, and God's no respect of a person, so that's how I look at everything else too. I look at people for who they are and at the color of the skin, and people don't really like that about me because yes, I know this whole black movement going on. Yes, I know this, but God is love.
Yeah.
And I can speak on that, but I really believe in what God is doing. So I'm gonna go God's way, not my own way. Like
that's a quote right there.
I'm gonna go
God's way, not my own way.
I'm not gonna do that. So people don't really like me sometimes because when they do want to have a hard conversation, we're talking about black men and all that stuff, they really don't want to hear it because we have been put into this negative notion of what a black man is supposed to be. Because of why? Social media.
Yes.
Posts. Black women or women doing podcasts.
Oh my
their
God,
perspective. That's what I'm saying. Like the podcasters, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But I always say, and I love this question, I said, a lot of people always say what a black man is, but never ask a black man. Let me say that again. They never really ask us, how are we feeling?
Yeah. What
are we going through? Right?
You're right.
And it would be great. Yes, there's amazing people like you. There's amazing people. Go for it. That's like 1%. We're talking on a grand scheme. Okay. How many black women do you know really focusing on a black man?
You know what? I feel like there's a lot more than you would think.
Yeah.
But because of the PSYOP, and I didn't even know anything about the PSYOP until like a friend of mine kind of broke it down to me. And so what he was saying is like, basically there's like this, there's like a war, psychological warfare against the black family. Yeah. Right? So we're portraying these images of how black women feel about black men, which is like probably only a small percentage of women actually feel like that. And same thing for the black men. Like, but because all these things are like popular on social media and they talk about it on the podcast and, it's clickbait, you see so much of it. You don't see a lot of, like, I don't see a lot of podcasts like mine where like we're focusing on like positive things. Yeah. Even when I talk about like hot topics, I'm always gonna come to you with some smart love game. Like, okay, Lisa Ray is talking about how she wants, a man that, makes a certain amount of money. Well, I'm gonna put, a lesson into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't see a lot of it, but I feel like there's more black women who are out here supporting black men that love nothing but their black men and want to be there for them than not.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you don't see enough of that. It's not. It's it's not a money maker. It's not. You know what I'm saying. It's not like the. It's not what media is pushing as what is popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's like how do we get weed through all of that to like find each other?
Because it's this.
Yep.
It's put in our ways that we thought. Because like I said, I bump heads with people when I always put God in front of it. Right. Let me give you an example. I hear this all the time, and I love that you've been through stuff too. You talk about a man being a provider. And I always ask people, what does that mean? Right? And majority of people say, well, I see my dad. If they had that, this is what I saw. But I said, God showed me something. Listen, I'm going to tell you, God showed me something. A lot of people don't like it. And I said, God is my provider. I am the supplier. We keep putting this so much notion on the man. Where did that come from?
Okay.
Honestly, where did it come from? Because in the word, y'all like put this so much on man, and it like takes away how strong you guys are. let me say it, like how strong you guys are.
Yeah.
The house, storing the money for the house. I'm talking about the biblical terms of what I believe in, right? We put all this notion on it. It says we're supposed to till the ground. We're supposed to do that. I'm supposed to work. Right? And bring the bacon home, right? I think if we start focusing on God being our provider and we being a supplier, that we all will be merged together. It's our notion of how we grew up.
Yeah.
We got to get this traditional way of thinking. If you ain't gonna like it, it's a traditional way of thinking. I'm not saying that I don't want to provide. I'm not saying this, but don't forget, I'm an entrepreneur. So
it may be times you can't provide a certain way.
Like it's been times when I was amazing, right? But in the new age, like how much money you have to make and being a businessman and all this stuff, and then it's a lot for we talking about the black man to find a good black woman.
Yeah.
That's not going through what society is supposed to say, right?
Yeah.
So you hear these podcasts and we take certain things with, Obama. Let's use Michelle Obama and all them, right? She was like, yeah, sometimes I go in 30, he's 70. Sometimes I'm 100, he's 0. We don't talk about that.
Right.
I'm sorry. We say, oh, that's just what I want. But when you in this,
it's hard.
The clutter, you said it, be honest, be clutter. It's hard. Because you asked me something about the whole dating thing, right?
Right.
It's like the whole dating thing. I said, I'm single, was in a relationship, but I found out it was so hard with being there with a creative. And you asked like, how was the dating life in Dallas? I don't know, because I was with somebody for a whole year.
Okay.
Now I'm single. I don't
even
want to be there. And it's over. No, I don't want to.
You don't want to. Like this is what I need to focus on. So so my thing, like with the whole dating, I'll say this, like after coming out of a marriage, which I'm gonna just tell you the quick story, like how SMARTLOVE even came about. So I was married for 8 years to my college sweetheart. Like we dated all through college. Had my son like a year after college, and we got married a year later. We were like 25. Once I got back out here, I didn't know how to date because my only dating experience was like as a teenager.
Yep.
I definitely wasn't doing that shit, right? So it was like, so I didn't know. And so I'm out here trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was like a numbers game. And it was like, I was getting all this attention and I was like on the dating apps. So I ended up going on 40 dates in 30 nights. Okay, do the math there.
Twice a day.
Hey, it might be a church date.
Yeah.
It might be brunch.
Yeah.
It might be drinks. Yeah. Like I was like really out here trying to figure it all out. But it wasn't until I like took a step back and like understood that there were some things that I needed to work on.
Absolutely.
Myself.
Yeah.
Before I can even get into another relationship. And so that's like what SMARTLOVE was all about to me. It was like, okay, like what lessons was I supposed to learn? You know what I'm saying? Like what are things that I need to work on? And let me work on those things. And let me, share my experiences. And I want to learn from others. Like I want to hear, like how was it for you when you got back out here? And things like that. And so it's definitely can be scary. And then like you said, like with social media, like, cause we didn't, like, I mean, I would say 2000, 3, 4 is when all of this took off. So I didn't have to deal with this when I was dating my ex-husband. But now it's like the men is like, yeah, y'all women, y'all want my money. And then the women like, y'all ain't got no money.
That's
and it's
crazy,
like,
right? It's crazy.
And it's like, whoa, like,
this is how I want my love to be. This is how I want to be with babe. You post this picture, I'm gonna be up like this in the summertime, and I'm gonna be like this. And it's like these goals and all that stuff. It's like it's so superficial.
Right.
Like, yes, it can happen, but it's so superficial.
Right. I just want a partner. Like, I want somebody that I can deal with. Like, I don't want to, be in a situation where I feel like I don't have any control over my life. Like, I don't want to be, taken care of in that way. Like, I want to build with someone.
Yeah.
Like, I want someone that is going to support me and my dreams and aspirations, because I'm going to do the same for them. And so, because we're like so caught up in like the whole transactional relationships, it's like I can't even really get there. Like, I can't get men to like look past the exterior. It's like, y'all, you don't know how dope I am. Like you have no idea because you caught up in the physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even get to the real. Like, I could really like change your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's all I be thinking. So I was like, man, y'all gotta get it together. I'll be single before I, dim my light.
It's so good you said that. I said this year that I wasn't gonna dim my light because I was walking on eggshells, not being myself, worrying about how what somebody thought. Because I'm so nonchalant, laid back, etc. And our world is about like toxicity and arguing, and you heard that thing like it's always a good man finish last and all that stuff. Like, I felt like that sometimes too. I'm like, all the stories I be hearing about what women go through. I know every story's different,
right? And
I be doing the smallest stuff, and yet that doesn't work out. But yet you went through all this stuff with this person,
right?
Or this listen. And I'd be like,
who are these toxic women that you keep choosing?
Yeah.
I am not her.
So it's like, but I think we need to have more dialogue without feeling no type of way.
Yes.
We feel like we're on the fence all the time.
Yeah.
We're on the fence all the time. No, it's not supposed to be like that. I'm like, yo, you can't tell me how a man is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Unless you have, I'm raw, unless you have things between your legs. I'm not talking about all the testosterone you have, or all the friends you have as males and all that stuff. None of that stuff matters, bro. You don't walk in our shoes every single day. You don't know what we think about was us black men when we really talk together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Them women have no idea what we talk about in our own thing. God, you're so complicated.
But I feel the same way about men. I feel like there's so many men on these podcasts trying to tell us how women, y'all women, y'all think like this, and y'all. But I'm like, but I don't think like that. I've been like the women that I know, like, no, that's not us.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know. Well, like, you maybe experienced like a small percentage of a certain type of woman, but you can't put us all in that box.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So absolutely. It's like, it's a battle trying to like, what I'm saying, show people like, what I'm saying, the good ones are still out there.
Yeah.
But like one thing I love about like the men that come on Smart Love, and I don't know, like it's because I feel like I'm just like the easy person to talk to.
Yeah.
And it's like there's not like the same pressure of like, if you're dealing with a woman, you're trying to finesse or trying to get something out of her. So like they are very candid.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, and the women are taking notes. They're like, ooh, that's how men think for real? Like, because we don't really hear it a lot, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I felt like he really like gave men a voice in some way. Like some of the shit that he was saying was like, come on, like you've been hurt, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was like just, to hear him speak freely and then give a different perspective on how men really think, because they're like, men often are trying to finesse. They're gonna say whatever they need to say to get what they want in that position. So it's like, okay, this is a platform you can just come speak freely and we listening. We want to know how y'all feel.
Yeah, I think that's it's just being open and transparent. Like, yo, but the main thing too that you're talking about that too is like a lot of people we can't like put aside like our experience, our upbringing, all this hurt that we have, right?
Yeah.
And people don't like to say this. It's from a male perspective. I was saying, women, you're trying so hard to find a man that you want and not what God wants, etc., and you're still single. You put in a lot of blame on us, but why are you still single? Like, think about overall. That's what Kevin Samuels like. What's making you so hard for you to stay in a relationship to work it out? Like, and I'm around a lot of older people, right? And they say something about my generation. They said, and my business partner said it. He said, "Y'all give up too easy." They say that all the time. It's the world. They say, "Y'all give up too easy," and we don't like to take that. Right? Yeah. Like, no, I don't. He said, y'all give up too easy. And I've been guilty of that too. Don't forget, I haven't been in a lot of other relationships since like my divorce, right? So it's like, I was just trying it out. Try to get in another relationship. I was going to propose to this one. Absolutely didn't work out. Try to get into another relationship. Didn't work out. Now I'm here. So it hasn't been, you know what I mean? It hasn't been.
Well,
so
for
me, you know what I mean?
For me, because I have experienced being married, and I know how hard it is, and I understand, I understand what I did wrong in that relationship, and I did eventually give up, but it wasn't. I gave him chance after chance after chance. I put a lot into that relationship. Absolutely. So before I do that again, because I know how I am.
Let's talk about that. There's a lot of women that have not been married, longing to be married. And they talk about partnership. Let's be real. They talk about this. This is on your facade of what you want, but yet don't take her out. You're 37. You're 38. You're 39. You're 40. Still by yourself. You're 41. You're 42. Let's be real. You're longing for it and have never. Right. The feel you have never. So when you talk to somebody that has been married, that is trying to do this, it's like yin and yang. Yeah. Well, I want it like this, and it's supposed to be like this. And if I go to this marriage, man, you get tired off of just the smallest things, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like, honestly, that's so. I heard what you said. Like, the next time you've been married, so it's a different type of notion of your next time, other than somebody never being married trying to get married. Right. Because somebody said this, they don't like it. Even this guy told me this when the guy talked. He was like, "She hasn't been married." I said, "No." Has she ever been proposed to? Ooh. That's a whole. Listen, we don't want to talk about the real. We get to the marriage, but have you ever been proposed to?
Did anyone actually choose you?
Choose you in that matter? Yeah. And it hurts when you're in that seat and you're thinking. Just be honest. You're thinking, has somebody been? No. Right. There's a lot of. And you go through this life. And you go through this life. And you go through this life, and you have this whole notion of what something's supposed to be. You know what I mean? But you have never, like, you're longing for it, right? But we don't talk about that. We don't. I'm sorry. We like us guys talk about this. Older gentlemen, we talk about this. Like, yo, bro, she's never been married. Okay, cool. She ever been proposed? No. How old you are? That's what I'm saying. Like, you never been proposed to. Right. So is it always the guy's fault?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, if you haven't, because I feel like marriage, for me, it kind of puts up a mirror that sometimes, like, even like the divorce, I felt like there's some things about me that I needed to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And like before that's why I'm single. Like, because there's some things I need to work on. Yeah. Because, the reason why I know that there's some things I need to work on, because the people that I have been attracting are not in alignment with what I feel like God's purpose for me, and like who I thought I was or who I think I am. Yeah. I'm like, this is not lining up. Because, like, for instance, like for a whole year, I was dating nothing but married men.
Crazy. Yeah.
Now they all had, pitiful stories of what was going on, and one was supposedly separated. Yeah. One was, just miserable and trying to find a way out. Like, they had all these stories, but I'm like, that's not what I want. Yeah. What about me makes it okay for a man to be in a whole other relationship whether he's happy or not with another woman, and I'm okay with being like a side chick, kind of.
Yeah.
Like
That's a real stuff.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, so it's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like certain things I'm like, oh, I need to work on this. Or it could be, you know, I have a daughter in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring another man in the house with her for real.
See, I had to learn this too. Listen, these things too. I started introducing people to my kids too early because me not wanting to be alone.
Right.
Like, yo, and I seen women that didn't do that. I said, I'm gonna start taking that approach. It's so hard for me, you know what I mean? I'm like, because my kids are around me in the film industry, they're always around, oh, Curshion all night. But now it's like, I ain't doing it though.
Right.
Like, I'm not. I have to show some level of boundaries, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they get hurt at the process. Like, what happened to what's it called?
Then when I tell you my daughter is clocking me, I'm like, okay, I gotta, gotta be smart about this. But yeah, I know, the type of woman I am. I know the type of wife that I am. And I'm going to pour into, my partner. And so I have to make sure that it's like right and it's in alignment with what God wants from me, not necessarily just what I want.
Yeah, that's
because I thought I needed like a square thug. Yeah. Somebody from the streets a little bit. Like
that's how
you know what I'm saying? That might not be in alignment with what God wants for me. But that's what I thought. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my friends said, when you least suspect it, somebody, because it's like me, I say, man, I know who I am. I know what God created to do, and I've been afraid. I love your show, like Smart Love, like being open and transparent about this too. Like that's a black male, all the stuff that goes through my brain, trying to take care of my babies, feeling less than because this is not working, like losing everything, getting sick, losing car, losing apartment, losing the house, all this stuff, and I'm like, bruh, can I get a break? Like that's what I'm saying. Can I get a break? And then you're trying to entertain and be in a relationship and all that stuff, but yet it's going all right. But then those things that you're still dealing with seep into the relationship. And you're like, dude, I just want to be single because, like,
I got some work to do.
I got some work. Like I said, and then I'm afraid too because the success rate that's going up for me right now. Yes, my heart's not closed and all that stuff too. But I joke about it. It's like, yo.
Like who sent you?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you here for? Like honestly, because you weren't there in the trenches because you gave up. It was too hard, and it's fine. Because I'm always about people doing what they need to do. Right. I never had a plan B. I said that before the camera's on. I didn't have a plan B. Only had a plan A. So I'm pivoting and figuring out all the time, and it's working. Every time it's going wrong, I want to like go the opposite way. No, this is my life. So the person that's supposed to be there with me is gonna be there. Yeah, they're gonna get the fruits of the labor that I put in, and she's gonna walk in and be like, "I didn't have to work for nothing. Great, because she's right there pulling the time. I did all the work." Or it might be somebody in the midst of almost there, and she comes along and she gets to do it. And you think about everybody that could have been there, like.
But I would even look at it like this, like she's doing whatever work she was supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. And
so you stay on your path and she stay on hers. And if your paths come together, then that's divine. Like that was God's plan. Yeah. And that's how I look at it. Like, okay, let me just focus on living out my purpose, being the best version of me that I can be, work on the things that I need to work on for me. And God will send the man, put me on the right path, whatever it needs to be. But I ultimately believe, I was meant to be a wife. Like I felt.
I say it all the time.
Yeah, but to the right person.
Yeah,
I don't like everybody is not husband that I meet. So everybody does not get that version of me, and I have to understand that. But we live and we learn, we growing. Yeah. It's all about smart love.
Yeah. Smart love.
Okay, so to close us out, this of course is not going to be the last time you're on Smart Love because I want to hear some more of this story. Yeah. But to close us out, tell us about your latest project and how it's in line with your purpose.
Yeah. Gosh. I have a lot of projects.
Okay.
Going right now. As we know, we have a partnership with Lucky Johnson Studio.
Okay.
So we're doing a lot of films and TV over there. But Q and Coda, my company in Dallas, Texas, we just got done shooting a new project, like a crime thriller called Harry Hines.
Okay.
Got some star power behind that.
Who's your leading?
We have Jay Barnett, the mental health therapist.
Oh, wow.
He's a lead in it.
Okay.
Don Half Kennedy, Adrian Lockett, Montreal.
Okay.
Adrian
is all over.
Yeah, so they're the leads in it. And then we're still pushing Twisted. Twisted is literally on the second wave, so it's about to be, right now it's on video on demand, right?
Yes.
Some big things about to happen. It's about to be global for everybody.
Wow.
So,
y'all get to see Twisted.
Yeah, it's going to be able to, they still can go see it now behind the paywall.
Yeah, okay.
Support, but twistedheartsmovie.com. But we're still building the franchise. We're writing every single day. We're growing. We're doing a lot of collaboration projects right now. But on our plate right now, we have a faith-based film we're about to do.
Okay.
Christmas movie we're about to do. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay, you working, you cooking.
I'm working, cooking, but I'm just not giving up.
That's
putting
right.
God first and continue to go through it and just learning myself of the singleness of smart love.
Enjoy. Like, don't look at singleness as like a bad thing. It's actually kind of good. Like, that gives you some time to focus on you, because especially if you're the type of person, when you're in a relationship, like, you're going to pour, into that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you put yourself last. Like, I know you talked a little bit about like the health care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you taking care of yourself?
Now.
See? Are you focused on your own mental health?
I am now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you doing the things that make you happy?
Absolutely.
Are you putting anyone else's happiness above your own?
I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Okay. So you almost living, that smart love single life. Let me tell you about it.
I'm still working on it. I always wear my heart on my shoulder, but I did learn boundaries last year. That equals balance. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I'm learning that now.
Yeah, I'm too learning about boundaries. So, well, this was dope. I'm so excited that we got to sit down. Yeah. And everyone check out Curshion. What are all your social media?
Curshion Jones, CURSHION JONES. That's on everything. Q and Coda Film, CUEAND Films. Twisted Hearts movie, Harry Hines movie. Y'all go watch it. Y'all go look at it. Follow. All
right. Make sure you like, love, subscribe, share, all the things. This is Smart Love. Peace out.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community.
You check my why?
Make sure you share with a friend or two or three. Let's continue to grow together.